My Hero Academia.
Oh! Oh! We were both wrong, Josh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Brian and Josh did predictions on what would show up on the randomizer first. They were both incorrect. It is My Hero Academia, chapter 299.
This is a good one to start with.
Like those tragic tales. Surprisingly, it's a flashback. I didn't really even see this coming. And it's a flashback specifically on Hawks. We start out in this dilapidated shack where it looks like he and his family are hiding out when he was kids. His mom is just sitting there with hovering eyeballs around her, and his dad is just yelling at him because he heard that Hawks went into town, and he don't like that shit because he is a criminal on the run and he cannot afford to be found. So yeah, it's a pretty miserable life. It's all dark and gross and stuff, and his mom's just kind of like zoinked out. Just kind of like checked out of life.
Yeah, she's done.
Yeah. She's trying to watch the TV. It doesn't work. So she's very bummed out. So yeah, it explains that apparently Hawks' dad just murdered someone over pocket change. And his mom harbored him. And at some point, that's when he was born. And he is just out here regretting his life choices that led him to this point. He's specifically just mad at his mom because her quirk seemed to have gotten him into trouble in some way or form. And it's kind of uncertain what her quirk is because there just seems to be eyeballs floating around her at all times. So, I guess. But yeah, it's not a great time for Hawks at this moment. The only thing he had that gave him any solace was this little Endeavor doll that he held close to him at all times. One day, everything changes when his mom tells him that his dad got arrested by Endeavor himself. And it's at that moment that Heroes became like a real reality for Hawks, where that was like his moment of inspiration. And it was Endeavor specifically who did it. So it's pretty...
The cops locked up my dad? Sweet!
Noise! He kicks me
Heroes
all the
do
time. He kicks me all the time. That's real shit. Yeah, and I mean, there's no way, it doesn't make things necessarily better because there's still, like, his mom just, like, kind of loses her mind getting paranoid that she would get arrested for harboring a fugitive, which makes sense. So they were basically homeless for a lot of the time. It looks like living in this subway, it looks like. And at some point, they get approached by the safety commission. And we already knew this part about Hawks is that he was taken from his family at a very young age to be some kind of like new special, like a weird experimental way of raising a hero. You know, like they saw really high potential in his quirk. They took him away. And at that moment, we just snap back to the future as Hawks wakes up from napping in Best Genius's sweet whip.
His Gene Mobile.
His Gene Mobile. It's pretty good. It looks nothing like what I would expect his car to look like, but that's okay.
Constructed in Gap.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, so basically they're on their way to somewhere, and we get some like, closures to some certain plot points. Hawks was kind of like put together by that Advanced Central hospital where Midoriya and the others are currently at. The hospital so advanced that they can pretty much, heal it. Like they're just super advanced, and they were able to put Hawks together again, which is pretty cool because he was quite fucked up last we saw.
Yeah, he was in an oven-baked induced coma.
Yeah, oven-baked coma. Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. That they got him together, and even like with all their advancements, he's basically hobbled to a point. Like his mask, his like mouth is covered by a mask. It looks like an oxygen tank of some sort. He's still all bandaged up. So Dabi really did a fucking number on him.
He can't. Yeah, he's talking through his phone.
Yeah,
like Superman. The actor that played Superman.
Yeah. It's interesting. That's a very realistic thing when you like I guess suffer burns like that. Is that a lot of people don't take account with when you take attacks from fire powered folks is that they probably can burn your lungs and kind of fuck up your ability to speak, which is an interesting touch, a little nice detail to pay attention to in terms of like keeping the realism of the moment. But they also reveal what exactly happened with Best Jeanist. And apparently the central hospital...
Get ready, guys.
Apparently the central hospital is so advanced that they are able to put people under a death-like state. And basically that's how he was able to deliver the real body of Best Jeanist. I mean, I've seen this kind of thing happen before. I like the death-like state. Like, I think Batman did it once. Where he's like, I could stop my heart at any time to pretend to play dead, essentially. So... it's fine. I mean, we all knew it was going to be something.
What if they had decided to get rid of his body in such a way that was like, okay, let's just throw it in the fucking grinder or something?
Yeah, that's where they lucked out.
Or what if Dobby just was like, yeah.
Maybe Hawks was involved with disposing of the body too.
No, that's not what happened.
No, he explains that
he got him after the fact.
Yeah, no,
they gave him to Dobby and then they stored him somewhere because they felt like that was the best thing to do. Store Best Jeanist the corpse.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he does explain that like they put him in a facility that they control from the shadows. So at that point they were able to resurrect him in that time. It's also like kind of interesting to note that this really fucked Best Jeanist up as well, even during the battle. So I like that it gives credence that Best Jeanist can be stronger too. That's pretty cool. I like Best Jeanist a lot.
It was a nice kind of. It was very hand wavy, but like
you got to explain shit sometimes.
You know, I mean, they cleaned the loose ends. Whatever.
Yeah, you got to clean up. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna harp on them for. I get it. You got to clean up your loose ends. I was wondering it. We were all wondering it a little bit. Like, well, wait, how was he a body? Now he's good. You know.
I mean, it looks like Jeanist is next in line to be number one hero, I guess, right?
We'll see. I mean, he's really working for it. There's these villains that are tearing up a town, and he goes like on a detour to stop them. He literally yells at these guys, "No more scarfing, glutton gang," as he just ties them up in denim and shit. But yeah, and here we learn another like kind of symptom of what happened, or an after effect of the battle, the Paramount War, is that the PR for heroes has really dropped off ever since the Paramount Liberation War, whatever, Paranormal Liberation War. Everybody does not trust heroes really well, and because of all of the criticism lobbed at them, they were forced kind of to close up shop and leave. And we see in the back that some guy has some gear. I don't necessarily know if it's like maybe Detnerat's thing, like Redestro's, like from his company. But normal people are getting like weapons, it seems, to protect themselves. But yeah, Best Jeanist is like, well, this won't do. I'll send some sidekicks over. And apparently this is not the only town to do this. So, yeah. Some people are happy.
See, things are changing, starting to change ever so slightly.
Yeah. Some people are happy about it, and then you see some people in the background just like, we don't like it. We don't like it.
This guy in the back looks really weird. What is he, a dolphin?
He's some kind of weird animal. Yeah, I guess it looks like a dolphin.
It looks like a condom, honestly. I didn't want to go there, but I did.
I mean, if you shaded him
exactly where I went.
If you shaded out the face and just showed the outline of him, yeah. Yeah, he'd look like a penis dolphin, for sure.
Yeah, all right, yeah, let's move on. I just noticed that now. That's funny.
So they leave the town and they arrive at this house. And at this point, we find out why Hawks went over. And this is apparently his mom's house. Part of the deal from taking Hux from his mom is that the safety commission would take care of her and put her up in a nice house, take care of her entire family, and basically disconnect her name from the Takami family, and basically give her a fresh start. So he walks in, and his mom is gone. She bounced, and
Split.
yeah, she splitsed pretty hard, and she left a note on the table for Hawks, though, explaining that some horrible people went to the house. So
she sang like a bird, gave up the goods, and you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah, and it also explains how Dobby knew that he was twisted the entire time, like that he was a traitor. And Best Genius is like, man, that really hurt, like a pair of too tight skinny jeans, and Hawks just cut him off, and like,
he cut him off because he's just like,
now's not the time, buddy.
I don't know where you were going with that analogy, but that wasn't it.
Yeah, now's not the time for pants puns.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hawks kind of looks into himself, and he's like, I mean, it's fine. I mean, she's not we don't talk, basically. Like, we haven't talked in like years, and erasing the Takumi name has really kind of severed the ties between us. And it's kind of like an introspective moment where he's like, and I was fine with that, not saving her and turning my back on her. Me, a guy who wants to help people. And something I really appreciate about Hawks as a character, he's always got this weird, like, gray side to him, a very conflicted part of himself. And that kind of comes out from time to time.
Yeah, because he's had the hardest task a hero could have in the entire series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, he had to infiltrate an organization, act as a villain and a hero at the same time. Like, it's just tough.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a weird childhood too, so that makes sense. But yeah, now that the safety commission is effectively down and there's no one to issue orders, and his mom is gone, like, he's kind of the freest he's ever been, which is also pretty wild. And he kind of remembers that moment where he and his mom went to this store and she bought him that Endeavor doll. And for as little as she did for him, that one little thing kind of really was a motivating factor for him, or a thing that changed his trajectory in life. Which is wild. It goes to show, how powerful parents can be and shit. And now we get a little bit.
The smallest of gestures too.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Just stick out. Yeah.
He talks about twice and why he thought he was a good guy, because they're very similar in the way that he was a guy who was just desperate to be helpful, but just so happens he was trying to be helpful to the wrong people. And I guess we cut back to that moment where I guess Hawks was in town, and that, like, why his dad was yelling at him, and he saved a bunch of people from this big car crash, and that was.
Yeah.
And it's a very cute moment where he's like hugging this Endeavor doll after he saved a bunch of people. And I'm like, oh, Hawks.
Yeah, just like you. You're an angry asshole.
I mean, that's another thing that's very interesting about his whole relationship with Endeavor, is that how ironic is that Endeavor basically saved him from an abusive father while being an abusive father himself.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's the irony of that situation, and that's why, like, Hawks has a different view on him than his family does. And that's why he has kind of faith, as he says that, like, even if what Dobby said about the Todoroki family is true, I know he's trying to be different now. And, there's a lot for him to clean up, starting with his origin, so to speak. Endeavor's in trouble. I wonder what that means specifically. Obviously, we know that Endeavor's kind of in surgery at this moment.
And
he's also in hot water.
But is he in trouble as in, damn, are they going to make a move on his ass since he's, like, down?
No, I'm pretty sure this is, like, implying that he's talking about
the media.
Yeah, the world's perception, the public view of Endeavor right now. Yeah, because he's saying, even if what Dobby says about Todoroki family is true, I know things are different now. So I'm guessing Hawks is going to be a person that's critical to helping Endeavor's image, so to speak. But I don't know what they can do to repair that, or what Endeavor can do to come back from that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it'll be an interesting thing. He's still
come back with some new skills. I don't win the crowd over. It'll win me over.
Forgive me for being abusive. Look at my new fire abilities.
Oh yeah, a new form too or something.
Yeah, it's like I am the Human Torch now. I'm putting my entire body on fire, not just my.
I'll take it.
Not just my mustache.
I was really close to giving this chapter RGC. It was
were
such
you,
a nice
Brian?
Chapter. Yeah, it was. It was a really nice chapter. Like I always love everything related to Hawks because he's just such a complex character, and he brings a different light to the series. Like he kind of makes you question more and more. Like you can tell that his story is to question what does it really mean to be a hero. That's the whole purpose of his storyline.
And also what if I may interject, I feel like he does that, and at the same time he kind of is really secure in what he believes is what a hero is as well. You know what I'm saying? But his background and the actions he takes, through his unwavering, I guess, sense of justice. Like that's what's I think what puts us in a position to to see it from all these different perspectives. Like as you were saying, like how it challenges the way we view what a quote unquote hero is in this society.
Yeah.
And another thing is like he's also lucky. Like he could have ended up just like twice, but he got picked up. And he had Endeavor as a role model as well. Like he could have been twice. But he just got lucky.
Yeah. I was also kind of close to giving him my RGC. I think whenever Hawks is in, it's kind of he's one of the more interesting characters for sure. He's also like one of the more craftier. He operates on a different way than most heroes do. Like he's the only guy who goes in and does like covert shit. His double agent thing was a pretty cool plot point to follow. But yeah, I mean, very interesting. Can't wait to see what's next. Next chapter is the 300th chapter of My Hero Academia. And it feels like it's been going on for longer than that. It feels like so much has happened in the story.
It feels like it's been shorter than that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Really?
To me.
Like I wonder what like the 300th chapter for most manga is like, like I want to go back and look at like Naruto's 300 chapter or One Piece's 300 chapter and like compare it and see how much has actually happened in this series in 300 chapters, I
vaguely remember 300
None
chapters.
will compare to My Hero Academia.
I believe
how much has happened.
Naruto was in Shippuden. Naruto was in Shippuden by the time his 300 chapter came in. I want to say it's still the Gaara rescue thing, like they just got back, but I could be wrong.
That would look real bad for me for talking shit about My Hero Academia if they went through a whole time skip.
Yeah, Bleach, I have no idea. Bleach, I have no idea where it was in 300.
Who cares?
I do. I'm reading it. I'm reading it over. I'm reading Bleach again.
Well, you can tell us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard that right.
Yeah, I'm reading Bleach over again. One Piece was probably like Water 7, if I remember right. Water 7 or like close to the end of Skypiea.
Oh, nah, then that has everything beat then.
Yeah.
So much happened. Oh my god, so much happened before Skypiea.
Yeah, 300 chapter was in Shippuden. It is the Gaara retrieval arc.
I knew it.
Those were some real nice times, man.
I'll tell you what, Naruto's another one that I've watched the original, like the kid Naruto, all the way through, but I haven't read Shippuden more than once. I really want to go back and do that. I'm currently rewatching Naruto again, and then I'm going to go into the Shippuden manga because nobody has it. It's only on Hulu, and I'm not watching Naruto for commercials at all. Negativo, but... yeah, I'll reread it.
You'd be able to skip all the filler?
Yeah, no, I'm going to read it.
You might get caught up.
No, I'll find out which... there's a website that has, like, where the fillers are.
Oh, they filter it?
Yeah, they let you know.
It looks like 300 chapter in One Piece is just before the Foxy arc.
Damn, I was off. 1,000 lashes for me. Terrible One Piece fan. I didn't know that. I didn't know exactly.
What's the arc? What's the arc before Foxy?
Skypiea.
But it looks like this is after Skypiea. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, before Foxy was Skypiea. So
yeah, but it looks like it's before Foxy and after Skypiea.
Yeah, no, but that's what it is because it's long ring, long land. Basically. Whatever. This isn't even about My Hero Academia anymore. It was a really good chapter, guys. Not really good chapter of the week, but a really good chapter.